What if a rule, designed to be a gate, was secretly built with a door right next to it? In the world of personal finance, we're taught that rules are walls. You hit an income limit, and a door closes. You fail to meet a requirement, and an opportunity vanishes. The system, we are told, is rigid, unforgiving, and absolute. For millions of Americans, this wall is the Roth IRA income limit. It's a tool of incredible power, a nest egg that grows completely tax-free, where every dollar you pull out in retirement is yours, untouched by the government. It's the dream. And then you get a raise. You cross an invisible line and suddenly you're told you make too much money to participate. The dream is for other people. It's a strange kind of penalty for success. But what if that wall is an illusion? What if the conventional wisdom is based on a misunderstanding not of the rule itself, but of its purpose? The debate around it is often framed as a matter of fairness. Should high-income earners get access to the same tax shelters as everyone else? Or is the limit a necessary guardrail to prevent the wealthy from hoarding tax-free gains? These are valid questions, but they miss the point entirely. They assume the wall is solid. In this video, we're not just going to talk about a tax strategy. We're going to deconstruct the architecture of this rule, expose the assumptions that hold it up, and reveal the elegant, officially sanctioned passage that's been hiding in plain sight. This is the story of the $7,000 loophole that isn't a loophole at all. It's a lesson in reading the fine print of the American dream. Most people's journey with the Roth IRA ends at a single Google search. You type in Roth IRA income limits, and you see the chart. A set of numbers provided by the IRS that clearly states, if you make over this amount, you can't contribute. For a high-earning professional, this is a dead end. It's a clear, unambiguous rejection. The story they tell themselves is simple. I was too successful for the best retirement account. They see friends and colleagues contributing their annual maximum, $7,000 as of 2024, into a financial engine that will compound for decades, shielded forever from taxes. And they are on the outside looking in. The evidence seems irrefutable. The IRS website is not known for its subtlety. The rules are published, the limits are firm, and the conclusion feels inescapable. It's a closed system. But if the door is truly locked, why does the IRS Form 8606 exist? Why is there a specific line item, a specific calculation, for reporting a transaction that, on the surface, shouldn't be possible for high earners? Herein lies the first crack in the wall. The rule isn't about who can have a Roth IRA. It's about how money can get into it. The income limit applies to one specific action, a direct contribution. What if there was another way in, a different verb, a different action, that the IRS not only allows, but has created instructions for? The secret isn't in a loophole, it's in a different word entirely: conversion. This is the beginning of our excavation. Let's re-examine the landscape, this time through the lens of that one word. The IRS says a high-income earner cannot contribute to a Roth IRA. But are there any income limits on contributing to a traditional IRA? No. Anyone with earned income can do it. The contribution may not be tax-deductible if you have a 401k at work and earn a high salary, but the account can be opened and the money can go in. Now, are there any income limits on converting a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA? Again, the answer is no. This was a change made over a decade ago, a change that unlocked everything. So we have two separate actions, both perfectly legal for anyone, regardless of income. Step 1. Contribute money to a traditional IRA. Step 2. Convert that traditional IRA to a Roth IRA. When you put them together, you achieve the exact same outcome as a direct contribution. You have just walked through the wall. This is the maneuver known as the Backdoor Roth IRA. It's not a hack or a trick. It is simply following two separate sets of rules to their logical conclusion. What feels like a clever workaround is, in reality, just the intended function of the tax code. The income limit isn't a wall, it's a detour sign. But if all of that is true, then we cannot ignore the giant blinking warning sign that stops most people from even attempting this. The system, it turns out, has a built-in defense mechanism, a trap for the unwary. It's called the pro rata rule. This is where our simple, elegant path becomes a minefield. The rule states that when you convert money from a traditional IRA to a Roth, you can't just convert your non-deductible contributions. The IRS sees all of your traditional IRA money, across all your accounts, as one single pool. If that pool contains both pre-tax, deductible contributions from years past and new, after-tax, non-deductible contributions, your conversion will be a blend of both. A pro-rated portion will be taxable. Suddenly, our tax-free maneuver triggers a massive tax bill. For anyone who has been diligently saving in a traditional IRA for years, the back door seems to slam shut. The clever strategy becomes a financial blunder, punishing you for having saved responsibly in the past. It feels like a checkmate. So, is this whole strategy just a trap? Is the door only open for those with $0 in pre-tax IRA accounts? To answer that, we have to understand what the rule is actually trying to accomplish. The pro rata rule isn't designed to be punitive. It's designed to prevent cherry-picking. Without it, you could strategically convert only your after-tax money, leaving the government with your mountain of tax-deferred funds that may never get taxed if they are passed to heirs under certain conditions. It ensures that when you move money out of the pre-tax system, you pay the corresponding tax. It's a rule of fairness. But understanding its intent also reveals its weakness. The rule only applies to IRA accounts. It does not look at your 401k, 403b, or other employer-sponsored retirement plans. If your current employer's 401k plan allows it, you can often roll your old pre-tax IRA money into your 401k. By doing so, you empty your IRA pool, and the pro rata rule no longer has anything to calculate. You have isolated the after-tax contribution, and now it can be converted cleanly, with no tax bill. This maneuver, connecting our financial present to our past, is often the final key. It reflects a deeper truth not just about taxes, but about systems. The rules of one game can sometimes be used to solve the puzzle of another.
But I know what you're thinking. This feels too clever. It sounds like something the IRS would frown upon. What about the step transaction doctrine? A rule that says if you perform a series of individual steps to achieve a result that is not allowed directly, the IRS can treat it as one single forbidden transaction. This is the final ghost in the machine. The fear that this is all a sham that will come back to haunt you in an audit. It's the ultimate counter-argument, the one that keeps most people on the sidelines. But this is where we have to look not at what the rules say, but at what the institution does. For years, the IRS has been implicitly aware of the Backdoor Roth IRA. Congress has been aware. There have been multiple opportunities to close it, and they have all been passed over. More than that, the instructions for IRS Form 8606, the very form used to report these transactions, essentially provide a roadmap for how to do it correctly. The supposed trap is not a trap at all. It is a procedure, and the fear of breaking the rules is the final psychological barrier.
The truth is, the system isn't trying to trick you. It simply demands that you understand it. Even its most complex defense mechanism was not built to stop you, but to ensure you followed the correct path. So let's assemble the full mosaic. We started with a locked door, the income limit, a seemingly absolute barrier. We discovered it wasn't a wall, but a signpost pointing us toward a different path. We found the key, the two-step process of contributing to a traditional IRA and then converting it to a Roth. We encountered a hidden trap meant to ensure fairness, the pro rata rule, and learned to disarm it by understanding the boundaries of the system, by moving assets between different types of accounts. And finally, we faced the fear of reprisal, only to find that the architects of the system had left the schematics in plain sight. The breaking point isn't a single event in the tax code. It's the moment of realization in our own minds. It's the shift from seeing ourselves as passive subjects of financial rules to active navigators within them. The system doesn't just reward earning, it rewards understanding. Now that we understand the machine that moves our money, what does its final destination really mean? The answer changes how we view the rules of wealth itself.